Hello, everyone. Today is May 20th, 2022. My name is Ron Halbert. I'm coming to you from Orlando, Florida, and you're on Friday Night Live. Let me introduce my co-host, Len Nakamoto from St. Petersburg, Florida. Go ahead, Len.
Welcome, everyone, to Friday Night Live. We're excited that you are here. We have a turnout of 238, and we've just started, and this is great. So we hope to pick up more people as the night rolls on, or for you, it may be day. And today we're really excited because we have a great topic for you. And before I begin, I want to make sure you understand that tonight's topic has been suggested by our CEO, Ash Mufareh. He has taken interest in what we do as far as the OTech professionals here, and he would like us to cover certain topics. So we are honoring his request that we cover these specific topics. So that is how we came up with tonight's topic. So just so you know, it is on request of our CEO, Ash Mufareh. All right, let me go ahead and start the ball rolling tonight. So tonight's topic is domains and ONPASSIVE, a domain name registrar. And so we're going to begin tonight with our four OTech professionals. We're going to begin with Oliver Fonte, and he's going to be giving us an overview of domains. Go ahead and take the floor, Oliver.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are in the part of the world. I want to greet everybody, not call names, but thank you very much, Lynn, Ron, Madi Degamo, and all the LC members that are in the house. Today, we do have a great topic that, as Auntie Lynn just mentioned, that was chosen by our CEO for us to talk about. And this is about your domain registrar, and you are the host of millions and millions of domain names. This is a wonderful topic, and it's a great topic for us to understand. First, let me define domain account or domain name in a layman understanding. A domain name, that is the home and where your website resides. Without the domain account, you cannot host your website. You can have the best website on this planet Earth, but without a domain account or domain name, you cannot. Nobody is going to see you all over in the world. And this domain, that is where all of us, the founders, that is where we are going to make the money. It's a noise.
Let me mute all. Sorry if I forgot to do that. And go ahead and unmute yourself, Oliver.
Thank you, Auntie Lynn. And like I was saying, that the domain name is where your website will reside. And a domain is the home, and again, is a home of your website. Is the address, like your home address of your website. A domain account or a domain name is the machine. Without your domain name, nobody knows you. Millions upon millions and millions of domain names will be running on your website because it is your business. I've been saying this all the time in all the webinars I go, that your domain is your business. ONPASSIVE account and your website is your business. The CEO told us last time that we should take control of your business. Multiple products, all the products that will be running from today, from tomorrow, in future, when we are gone, our children, our great-grandchildren, is that domain that will be giving them the molars, the money. And millions upon millions upon millions of domain will be running on there. And you are the host. You are the host. Why do I say you are the host? Because you host all those applications, products will be running on your domain. Your website will be running on your domain. When you log in into onpassive.com, your domain, your website on your domain, Catmo on your domain. The traffic goes your domain on your domain. That is why we do have link number 51. Link number 51. I want us to understand this. You have all the products that we are talking. We don't want to name them because we have uncounted products that will be running on our domain. That is your business. We should understand. And I want to take this pain, like the CEO told us on Monday, that this is your business. The time has come that we should understand that ONPASSIVE is the only business that all of us will have in our lifetime. Those who are not founders today will regret. The products will be running on your domain, your website. Your website is on your domain. I was like surprised when we heard that we should not talk about the products. Products. When you want to talk about a business, you want to say, okay, I want to go and be partner or founder or part of this business or in the stock market. You have to ask which company in the stock market, which company is this? Is it Apple, Microsoft, or what company is this that I want to buy their share? You must know the business that you want to buy your share on that in the stock market. You must talk that I want to join this business. I want to be part of this business. What do they do? What are their products? And it runs where? Your domain. Your domain. That is going to generate multiple or millions upon millions of domain names will be running on your website. That is going to be dynamic. Your website is going to be running on your domain account that is dynamic. It's a dynamic account, a dynamic website, I'm sorry. That changes anytime it changes. Your web, why do I say it's your business? You should own it and take it and run away with it. Because the CEOs has given us something that my loyalty is going to be, is on Ash Mufareh, our CEO. You have a domain that costs money, monthly payment, you have it for free. Your website, just to build a website before, now also it's about 3,000, 4,000, 3,500. You have it for free. Domain account, you have it for free. Monthly maintenance for the website and the domain account, you have it for free. Your products running on your website, on your domain account. Without your domain account, we are zero. Your website, your domain running for free. The CEO gave us to us for free. We should be proud of what our CEO has done and he has given us. We should be proud. The marketing campaign, branding, advert is running on your website, onpassive.com, Catmo, for free. Everything, your domain is on the domain. Millions upon millions upon millions of domain names will be running on your domain with all the products. Website changing, dynamic, changing. And we should remember that we also have a product called domain. It's a product that we are also selling. How amazing can that be? And again, it's artificial intelligence domain, AI domain account. Customers will run to ONPASSIVE to come and buy our domain because it comes with that targeted, guaranteed traffic that will be running on our domain. The 1.3 million of us will be individually. This is mind-blowing. When you look at our products also, that will be running on our website, that the website home address is the domain, your domain. Link number 51. At times when I talk to some of our founders, the way they talk, I don't know, they know or they understand where and the kind of what the CEO has done to us. The domain is the magic of everything on our business. The branding, the advert, the marketing. when they brand us, now that the CEO is branding us, advert marketing, by next year, in next 2 months, when we start selling, that branding, ONPASSIVE branding products running on your domain, you make millions upon millions upon millions of domain names will be running, coming to you. You are the host. You are the host. They only identify you by your domain name, your domain account. Our search engine optimization runs where? On your domain. Targeted traffic. Targeted traffic, the traffic means customers. I want to break it down so that we should understand where we are and what domain, the magic, the function, what the domain will do for us. Because domain is our key, is our home, is our everything. The millions, I will be repeating it over and over until my time will end. We'll be running all the products, multiple products. We don't unlimited products, viable products, targeted traffic that we talk about. We'll be running on our website that resides on our domain. Our domain also is AI driven. Do you know what that means? Let me break it down a little bit. Anything that passes in the internet space, our domain is AI. Targeted traffic will grab ONPASSIVE, grab it. It falls on one of our domain. It will fall on one of our domain. The millions upon millions of names on the targeted traffic will run and will drop on one of us, our domain. Targeted traffic from onpassive.com, from the individual products, from our website that reside on our domain. That is why when I look at our products, there's no match. There's no match. We have been in the industry, know what it is, know the mafia as a senior executive, know the money that these other software companies, these other products, these other providers, they chop or they grab from other companies. They will run and come to us because our CEO, cost effective, the price is good, no licenses. Everything run on where? Our domain. Our domain. Our products are being built with AI embedded into it from scratch. 100% automated and integration. Each of all the products, where would they be? Our website. Where does our website reside? Our domain. Search engine optimization will be running. All the targeted traffic that is coming is where? Target where? Our domain. So our domain is the magic. That also, the domain also run on domain name system that is responsible for translating all the domain names into a specific IP address that initiate clients can load their requested internet resources. So everything connects to the internet. Our domain account will be connected to the internet through the DNS. That is called the domain name system. So we have to understand that without the domain, don't be surprised. We should not be surprised that the highest or the biggest domain provider, all of us, the 1.3 plus million founders, will be more than, will make, with the millions of domain accounts or domain names that will be running on your domain, will make more users, more domain names, more domains that names that will be coming to you, more users, more customers will be coming on your domain. We will make more than the highest provider today in the market. I will not call the name. Our domain name. Our products, we will keep talking on our products. The CEO told us to talk and instruct us to talk about our domain register and host of millions and millions of domain names. Millions and millions of domain names or accounts. Products will be running. If you don't know your products, if you don't know how your websites will be running and where your website will reside, what do you know about your business? So we should take this time and the pain to understand your business, please. I'm begging. Don't say that I'm ONPASSIVEan. Then when you are traveling at the airport, you see at the airport the billboards at the airport, the TVs that are showing ONPASSIVE advert, the marketing that is going on and the branding that is going on. You say you are a founder. They ask you, what business do you do? What business do ONPASSIVE? You open your mouth, you don't know. That's why we have to take this pain to explain for us to understand. Be proud of ONPASSIVE, to be an ONPASSIVEan. Be proud because you have that domain and that website that is running on that domain for free. I don't want to talk about $97 because it pains me. Being in this industry, knowing what the CEO has given us for $97, it's like an abuse. He's a man of good heart. You're only that domain, monthly cost for domain a month is minimum of $500. If you want to do the add-ups, the security, you want to add the security, you want to add all this, the other small add-ups, it should be more than $500 for monthly cost for you to pay for a domain. Monthly cost for you to pay for your website to be running is minimum $199. So if you want to add up the 500 plus the 199 with taxes and everything, should be more than $700 a month to maintain those two and to build that website. When I look at that website, the link number 51, the brightness of the color, the dynamic of that website, we have it for free. We should be proud of ourselves. Like the CEO told us on Monday that we should congratulate ourselves that we made it. Don't only congratulate yourself that you made it. We should pray for the CEO that he gave us what for that $97. Something that you would have been paying $700 plus for maintenance of that website and that domain account. We should be proud. We should be proud of him. I don't want to go too much on the security side. My brother, Mr. Bob Takusi, will touch on that. Collins, Vincent, they'll come on the advantages of the domain. But let me just talk a little bit about the security, because it will be running on the internet space. The security there will have SSL certificate. That is an update, an upgrade of TLS, because of the transmission of data that will be moving from the internet space to your domain. I'll leave that. My brother Bob Takusi will handle that. But I just want us to understand that we should be proud of ourselves and our CEO, what he has given us. And please, own this business. Is your business. Own it. As from now henceforth, that we are moving to the next phase. I don't think all of us who've seen our link number 51. Just go look at it and ask yourself, where is the home of this website? Where does it reside? Your domain name. Just go look at that website. That website, the maintenance of that website is minimum $199. A minimum of $199. If you want to add security and the rest, you should go about $200 or $250 and the rest. We have it for free. We have that website. Look how bright. Look at the speed and everything of that link number 51. I've not been a businessman, but know what I know as an IT person, that I look at that website, I compare with the other website that we do have. Even my own company website is a mess. So please, I'm begging, we should take, as from today or as from Monday that the CEO talk to us, we should concentrate and take this business serious. We should take it serious. Know your products. know your products, because your products will be running dynamically on your website, and your website resides on your domain is the main thing. When they send targeted traffic goes to your domain. Your targeted traffic goes to your domain. The millions on millions of customers that you will have will hit your domain. The website is just running, but everything goes to identify your domain account. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Take it to the next level. Bye. Any question or concern, we will be there to answer. And one other thing, please. Let me say this. Whatever question that anybody, all of us in here today, how we about 200 and something or 300? Please, 300. Please, I'm begging, ask us here. Don't take it to any other webinar to go ask questions there and say things that we did not say in here. Please, any question or concern, please, I'm begging, ask us here. We are here to answer any question or concern. Don't take it to another webinar and you go and mistaken us from another webinar that you heard something you say is from the Tech Pro. Please, any questions, we are here to answer any questions or concern. Thank you. Auntie Lynn.
Thank you very much. I think through your overview, people can see that ONPASSIVE is providing tremendous value to each and every one of us. And when you say free, I think you mean that these things that we get are included in what we have paid for, right? You mean by that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So our monthly fee covers all of these things.
Yeah, you pay for the domain account. What I know for the domain, it's about $399 or $499. With taxes and everything, goes up to about $500 to $600 monthly maintenance fee for your domain. The website should be $199. It comes with, depends. It depends also on what you want to get, but it starts from $199. By the time you want to do all the add-ups, the security and all the add-ups should be about $250 to $300. So minimum that you will pay for the domain account and your website should be at least $700. Monthly, we have it for free.
That's incredible.
We have it for free.
Yeah, cannot beat that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can beat that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to have Vincent Ete, and he's going to be talking about the benefits of domains.
Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Matty. And also thanks all my IP Pro brothers here. And thanks all the participants. Also, I would like to thank all the LC members who are here as well. So today we're going to talk about the advantages of having a domain name, because my brother Oliver said everything all, but I'll break down in different little big section for people to get also more the advantages of having a domain name, because a domain name is first of all, the first thing I will talk about, the domain name. Let's say the domain name add credibility to your business. So what this means is that when if you have your company to look, you want your company to look professional, because our company is ONPASSIVE. So we have onpassive.com. So this make our company look professional. So it's good to having a proper domain name. So this is our domain name is onpassive.com. For those who up to now, they don't get what is domain, as after my brother Oliver break it down. So the domain name onpassive.com. So because the reason for that, many people do not understand the internet yet. So having a domain name from maybe a free website, some people, customer, they don't get. So when they visit your website, they still not get it. So the first advantage is have the domain add credibility to your business. So I will talk also about establishing brand image. So the domain also establish your brand. So if you have your brand, this is the domain on which will help you, like when you tap your URL, improve also the brand image. Anytime you tap your URL to the internet, and then that also improve your your image. And so if a customer would like to perceive your company as technology update, so emerging company, so what will make you moving up to the top is also your domain. So the domain help you also establish a brand image. And then I'll keep breaking down again. Domain allows for allow few or no errors. So let's explain this also. When you have a company, you want your company also to look professional. When giving your domain name, you should give a domain name where people your customers or people around the internet world can remember your name. Because if you give a very long name, complicated, people might understand and not miss up. But for example, I give our company ONPASSIVE.com is very easy for customer to remember. So this is also and also avoid errors and mistake, spelling errors for your name. So it's good to or maybe type in your name in the URL. So make it very short and then allow people your domain very short to allow your customer to get it quick, and then you will move also your business quick. But when it's too long, they don't get it, and then it's difficult for your customer to understand your domain. So one of the advantage, make it short and allow people to understand your domain. So I will also for free walk-in traffic. So domain also consists of to increase the visibility of your company and also help your site ranking with the SEO perspective, the search engine optimization. So it's also good. So this is where the free walk-in traffic coming from. So it help also to give you the ranking system, like most company will make you, when they search for your company, you rank you up and up. So this is also a good advantage of having a domain name. So, and then also the domain talk about easy mobility is also easy mobility of your domain, because suppose that you are not happy with your current hosting site, or even you want to shift your company to another country, then the domain can remain with you. Your domain can remain with you. And then this is the mobility of the domain anywhere in the internet world. So this doesn't impact your brand. So if you are in the UK, you want to maybe, let's say, move your business to US or anywhere, any part of the world, I think with your domain name cannot impact the brand. Also have great effort. So many years. So it can be with you for many years. You want, as far as you pay, and then you keep maintain your domain. As my brother Oliver said, if you pay the domain, your fee every year, you can keep having your domain, and then you can keep working with your domain as well. So remember that the domain is a keyword, is not only the brand awareness process, but it's also enable you for free traffic. So having your domain can allow you to have a free traffic also about the internet and then the digital world. So I'm going to recap in few words, like domain reach your target market. So with the domain help allow user and the customer to reach the target market. So if you have a target market, your domain allow you to get your target market. The domain maintain your ownership. So the domain sure that this ownership, like ONPASSIVE.com domain, allow ONPASSIVE to maintain that ownership. Also, be memorable. So you have to have something which is quite memorable, like get easily by customers. So this is also one of the advantage of the domain. Bid online. The domain also helps to build online presence, because if you don't have a domain, you cannot build online presence. And then domain also help to set expectation. If ONPASSIVE, we want to set expectation, and then we need this domain help also to set our expectation. And then also the domain develop credibility. So the domain allow us to be credible in the rest of the world. So when people go to our website, they type the domain ONPASSIVE.com, this also develop credibility to our company. So complete also, so And also the domain complete with other business, because with our domain, we can also relate to other business. When they tap on passive, this is also one good thing. And then the domain will also grow and expand our business. So if we want our business to expand and grow, we need also to have a domain. So this is the advantage also, so domain. And then also the last thing I'll talk, the domain boosts the SEO. So if you have a domain, that domain can help you to boost your SEO, service engine optimization. So this is mostly the advantage to having a domain. That is a good point. And then you have a positive impact on your customer around the world, and then anywhere you want to do your business. So thank you, Angeline. I'll leave here.
Thank you very much. I believe that there are many, many advantages to having a domain name, and you enumerated quite a few of them. So thank you very much. Next, we're going to move on to Bob Tukusi, who's going to be talking about the security aspects of domains.
Yes, Angeline, good evening. Good evening, Uncle Ron, Mari, my fellow colleagues. I also want to say good evening to Uncle Zachary Fang. I see him here, and all the founders worldwide. My name is Bob. I'm speaking to you from the beautiful Bel Air, Maryland. Thank you, Brother Oliver, for that elaborate introduction of domains. I'll just first start by saying that our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh, has done something very, very incredibly good to all of us. Let's remember that each founder or each founding position is being branded, right? And each founding position is the equivalent of maybe 50 different companies. Each founding position has, I'll say, at least 50 plus products, right? And each one of these products is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, right? And in there, in that ecosystem, there is a product called O-Domain, like Brother Oliver said. O-Domain is a domain registrar, which is our topic for tonight. And what does that mean, right? It is that O-Domain is like a company that manages the reservation of addresses, internet addresses. It assigns IP address and manages and hosts it for us, you know. So suffice it for us to just say your domain name is your website address, like Brother Oliver said, you know. So I just wanted to say that, but I'm going to focus, you know, more on the security aspect of domains, you know. Number one, remember our slogan, the SSS. We are superior, we are sophisticated, and we are secure. O-Domain, or our domain, is one of those products that has been developed that way, just like that. In the underlying infrastructure of this, our system, is artificial intelligence. Guess what? Artificial intelligence comes with, by default, it comes with the most powerful detection capabilities. So it's going to detect any anything that's abnormal within that domain. It detects it, and then it is now on us, you know, to how we respond to any threat or any event that we see in our radar, in our dashboard, in our screen as we're monitoring. So AI, it's AI embedded. It has artificial intelligence defense mechanism already. And guess what? It can also predict, because it's AI, it reads data, it keeps the information, and then it perfects itself. It can also predict future attacks and then alert and prepare its defense for it. So that's a very good defense mechanism that we have. And most of the things that I'm going to tell you are things that Mr. Ash has probably mentioned it, or we know that they are part of our system based on how we're speaking and a little bit of our own research. The next security feature that I would like to talk about is continuous monitoring. When we have your domain, you have to constantly monitor it in case of any abnormality or anything happening. We are constantly monitoring your DNS. Oliver talked about the DNS server or system. The DNS server is the guy who is actually resolving, like when you create your domain, you create your domain name, it resolves it changes because the computer does not understand words. So it takes the domain name, then the DNS server translates it to an IP address, then it finds it, and then it goes directly to that website. So we have to constantly monitor the DNS, our DNS server, because this here is what happens in the real world. Bad guys, hackers, and all these people, sometimes they will target that server and then they create botnets, right? What we call denial of service, DOS attack. They can attack that server or distributed denial of service. They can create multiple domains from one location or from multiple locations, and then they will attack this server. They will attack it until it goes down. So, but when you're monitoring, you would easily pick up what is happening, and then your incident response team, they will act accordingly to prevent, or deviate from that kind of an attack that's coming. And then Oliver talked about the SSL certificates or TLS certificates. So what happens here is the SSL certificates, they actually authenticate, they make sure that this website, wherever this information is coming in from, they authenticate the source where the information is coming from to make sure that it is a credible, if it's a credible source, it's not a malicious source. They authenticate it, and then they enable it for an encryption connection. Then there's another protocol that's called TLS, which Oliver also mentioned, that transmits the data, it encrypts the data, so it makes it secure. So the connection is enabled, is authenticated and enabled for that communication, and then the transaction goes through back and forth in an encrypted manner, in a secure manner. That's what is happening. And then the logs are constantly being monitored to identify any changes to your threat landscape. So monitoring is a key in domains. You want to constantly monitor your domain so that in case there's anything, you can preempt you can preemptively defend yourself, or your incident response team is there ready, standing guard to make sure they keep the domain up, stop these attacks that are coming. The next security feature that I want to talk about, which I know we have, is something that they call automatic takedown capability. The reason why I say that I know we have is because if you remember, about 3 weeks ago, we spoke, when Mr. Ash spoke, he told us that we now have, if you guys remember, please remember with me. He said that we now have the capability to take down those YouTube videos, those people who are writing all that nonsense about us. Do you guys remember? When Mr. Ash said that, he told me that, yes, we do have an automatic takedown capability. Here is what is happening, and I predict that this is what is going to happen to us. Once we turn on the light and our systems are all in full blast, we are rolling, all 50, some pistons are rolling, here's what is going to happen. Hackers are going to try to copy ONPASSIVE. They're going to try to copy us. They do what they call typo squat. They'll create something like a website like ONPASSIVE, but they'll spell it wrong. They'll use like one S, onpassive.com, and then they'll do something like a clone of it, and then they will start soliciting you and I, phishing, they will try to fish for information, and then to get us. Guess what happens with this capability, with these automatic takedown capabilities? We are going to be able to identify those kinds of threats and get rid of them. Just like Mr. Ash said, I believe that's exactly what he was talking about. So we have that capability right now as we speak, and I was very pleased to hear that. Then we have something that they also call threat intelligence dashboard. Gathering of threats. We want to make sure that we have all the information that's out there, so that our branding, our marketing, our security teams, it's like a collaborative tool. They all use this information our fraud teams, they all use this information to protect us. They collaborate to protect us against all the threats that are out there that could be coming towards us. I was also pleased that on Monday, Mr. Ash told us about a tool, a custom tool that we have also developed. So that's in addition to something that ONPASSIVE is bringing that they're going to add. It's a custom tool that has never been seen before, and it looks like it crawls. I'm sure it crawls the internet, and then it gets statistics of information out there, and then they have some kind of a rating that it rates the percentage of the malicious information that is out there for companies to use. So you can use that as your statistics, and then also you can use it to, go after people who are maliciously damaging your reputation, because that's what is happening out there. These people are just damaging our reputation. So, and I'm sure a lot of companies are going to benefit from this utility. So those are some of the features, the security features that I think are going to be embedded with this domain. But the real question here is that I would like to talk about is, the real question is, what does it mean when you are your own domain registrar and a host of millions of domain names? That is who we are. We are our own domain registrar, or domain. And we have the capability of, because each founding position has all these products, so our own domain is a domain registrar, which is going to be hosting millions and millions of websites. So here is what Mr. Ash Mufareh has done to us, as always. He's giving us tremendous savings. Just listen to what Oliver just told us about the cost of registering and hosting a domain. The very first task that we need to do, I believe the only task that we need to do when ONPASSIVE launches to the world and we are about to activate ourselves, is for us to create our own domain, right? We select, it's automated, but you have to select your domain. We don't know what the exact process is, but when the time comes, we'll figure it out and then we'll explain. But you have to create your own domain. Now, what if Mr. Ash had asked us to each one of us go get our own domains and then bring it into the system, and then we'll start working? What if he had said that? But he didn't do that because of the generosity and the kindness we had and the ingenuity of Ash Mufareh, because he knows the importance of it being in already and being integrated. So now we come in, we all have it. But that's millions and millions of dollars that we are saving us. I mean, us here as founders. That is what that means to us. Millions and millions of dollars that we save. In the first week of launch, if we all had to go out there, purchase our domains, bring it in before moving forward with our website and all our products being, being integrated to our website, those would have been millions and millions of dollars. Ash Mufareh says, no, you guys are not spending a dime. Everything is in-house. But it also means that, again, like Oliver said, as we are hosting millions and millions of other websites that are going to be hosted on our domains, potential for great, great, great revenue, source of income, source of revenue, because they're going to be paying to us, right? So guess what? Our bottom line, like Brother Mike Ellis always says, our bottom line is good for us because it's more revenue stream coming in from these customers that we're going to be hosting them. But lastly, we all know who Ash Mufareh is. He's a master brander and master marketer. He gets millions and millions of domain names. What do we think Ash Mufareh is going to do with that information? Marketing. He's going to market. He has told us that he cannot wait. He's itching to start his marketing. So this is another avenue for more and more marketing and, of course, more to our bottom line. So I thank you guys for coming, for visiting us, and I thank you, Auntie Lynn. I'll send it back to you.
Yep, it's pretty mind-blowing, if you ask me, how great potential we have as a domain name registrar, I don't think any of us can actually imagine how much revenue there could be in this registrar field. You know, the market cap is humongous globally. So I think we're going to take a nice share of that. How much, we don't know. But, you know, the fact that we're starting off with 1.3 plus million founder position, and each of those positions will have their own domain name, correct? And so when the 1.3 million of us, we get traffic, targeted traffic, driven to each and every one of our websites, this is going to bring in more customers and resellers, etc. And all of them are going to have their own domain, correct?
Yep.
So think about that as far as the volume of business that ONPASSIVE will be doing just in this one area of domains. It's huge, right?
And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I hope I was coming across correctly.
Oh, it was, you were very lucid.
I'm not well. Yeah.
You were lucid. I couldn't tell. You did a great job. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to bring on Collins, who's going to wrap it up for us. And then we're going to have Marty come in. And then we're going to be able to call on the people who want to ask questions and make comments. All right, so go ahead, Collins.
Thank you, Atilene. I just want to greet all the founders here. Again, welcome to Friday Night Live. We are grateful to be here. And just want to thank Marty for everything he's doing, Bill Marks, and all the great leaders in the house. We're talking about domain. And when we choose the topic, not like we choose it, the CEO choose the topic domain, it's for a reason. And it is very important and imperative that we all understand what is domain and what domain will do for us. And as Oliver have said, and all the speakers, you know, all of my brothers, they have just said it, the tech guys, you know, it's amazing that we're talking about this topic, domain. You know, as we go closer and closer, we need to understand the business, what we are in it, and what ONPASSIVE is building as well. You know, this is a tech company, and the tech company will always build a lot of products. You know, they'll build products for generation to come. Last time I was speaking to Bro Oliver, I said, you know what, today we have planes that can take maybe millions and hundreds of people from one end to the other across the globe. Tomorrow, we don't know if we'll fly like aliens. And I know he was laughing. I said, you know what? There are times that people don't really understand that technology is moving. And I used to have a phrase. I said, if you don't move according to technology, you'll be left behind. No, regardless of your age, who you are, technology doesn't, you know, our CEO always said, artificial intelligence doesn't have feelings, emotion. It just works according to the way it is programmed. So, and we're talking today, I said, there are people who will never believe this. If you say something like this, they'll tell you you are mad, you are crazy, that maybe plane will not exist again and people will fly like aliens. And they said, what? What are you saying? I said, okay, go back to 100 years when people were moving on donkeys. You know, tell those people back and say there is something that can take people from one end of the globe to the other. They'll tell you, we don't believe you, because in their time, there was nothing like that. And they will never believe you, and they will never imagine that there is something, a hybrid car, you know, things that can take, you know, take the job of humans, take that effort that we used to spend. And today we are talking about technology age. Here we're talking about domain, that people will see our website hosting from one end of the globe without you even lifting a finger, all automated, done for you. You know, and thank God that we are in this generation to see this in our own eyes, very eyes, technology working and doing things that we can see, feel, and touch and believe on it. We are talking about technology. This is domain we are talking. There is a reason for a domain. As my brother Oliver said, you can have the best website, you know, host all the products. what is the use of the website without domain? Because domain gives you access to the internet. You know, it's connected to IP addresses. And what happened? It gives you that visibility. And that is why those who host, those who build domain, this company, without subscription, they can shut you down and nobody will ever see you again. If Auntie Lynn will permit me, you know, I would just want to create a puzzle to see if the founders are really paying attention. My first question will go, those who will get it right. How many of us founders are in ONPASSIVE? Hands up if you know it. If you can just say it loud, if Auntie Lynn can mute you, just say it. How many of us founders just want to get it? Auntie Lynn just pick one person and said, say it. And we'll move to the next.
All righty, let's pick John Butakis. Go ahead and unmute. John.
Yes, I am here. Sorry, I was just on a call. I didn't get that.
Okay, go ahead and ask again.
Sorry, Collins?
How many of us founders are in ONPASSIVE? Registered founders are in ONPASSIVE?
1.39 million.
So how many of us will be hosted on a domain?
Every single one of us.
1.3. How many of these domains will be, how many websites are we going to have as a founders?
Multiple. Different one every day.
So we have 1.3 because we are 1.3, right? As we increase the website, they will build it for us, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 1.3 or 1.4, depending on when the founding position will shut down. Because every founding position will have a website. And now, how many of these founders will be hosted on the domain?
All of us.
All of us. 1.3, 1.5 means multiple. Now, we are saying domain, as Brother Oliver said, domain is a product, right? And domain is a product, so it means every website will have that product domain. You are registered on that domain. And now, what the question is, Brother Bob already said it. He said domain is what? He said we are registered and millions on millions will be hosted. So I want to narrow that. Lynn has a website, you have a website, Brother Oliver, all of us. And we have all these products displaying, millions of products, because I don't want to say, people say 53, I said there will be a product until we die because an IT company, we don't know when we are gone, we don't know how many products ONPASSIVE we have. You know, when we go, ONPASSIVE will leave. Remember, all the products will be hosted on that domain, right? How many people will come and host their website on our domain? Lynn Nakamoto, maybe 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Bob, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Multiply the millions and millions. On our site, it means we have all 1.3 million, 1.3 million domains as a product, and millions of people will host on each and everyone's account domain. You are a registrar. You own a business. That's what we are trying to say. You own a business. Mind-blowing. You own a business. And the domain, you are selling domain. Let me call it that way. Selling domain out. People come in your website and buy the products and register, pay monthly subscription, auto ship. And we are making what? You know, the bottom line is going crazy. If you think about domain, what our CEO have just done is mind-blowing. It's crazy. You own a business, you are hosting, and you are selling. 1.3 million who having domain, and we are all selling at the same time, the same second to the globe, to 5.5 billion internet users. That is what we are saying here tonight. 1.3 million will have domain. You are registered, you own it as a company, and 5.5 billion are on your website looking for this product. Each and every one. It means each and everyone will have millions of customers coming because they have website and they want to host it, because without that, they cannot see, they cannot You know, they cannot exist in the internet space. That is what we are talking. That is mind-blowing. And Oliver said it. How much is a domain? The least cost with your website and everything, $700 US, multiplied by 5.5 billion, or just 2 billion people who has business and they are online looking for domain. And we are the best of the best, driven by artificial intelligence, everything done for you. That's what we are talking about. Look at that money coming in. For those who don't understand, ONPASSIVE is on top. ONPASSIVE is on top of the game. And that's what all the tech guys, they are trying to explain. I summarize it and I put it. If you see yourself as a business, those who said they don't want to know about ONPASSIVE, they believe in the CEO. You cannot believe in the CEO without believing in the products. You cannot say you believe in Ash Mufareh, and what Ash Mufareh is trying to do, you say you don't believe. You must look at it and say, what is this man trying to do? And when you start to look at it in that direction, I'm telling you, you have nightmare. You will not be able to sleep. Give me domain and forget about the products. I'll be the wealthiest man. Each product is a standalone and is a billion and billions of dollars because it is built with the latest technology. We have just talked about domain. What domain will do for us. And this is mind-blowing. So, Antili, I will leave it there and you take it. We're ready to take every question. Please, any doubt, come and ask us. Don't go somewhere, as Oliver said. Ask somebody. Stay here and ask every question you want. We are not going to the technicality. We'll tell you as a layman, I want to speak domain like the way I'll tell my grandma in the village to understand what domain can do for you. Thank you very much, Antiline.
Okay, you stay here. Don't go away yet, Collins. Okay, so what? Okay, so in my little mind here, Miss Layperson, non-techie person here, what I think you said is that, okay, so like, let's say we just have 1.3 million of us, 1.3 million founding positions. Every one of us has a website and domain name. Now, we having our own domain name, we're going to be having targeted traffic driven to us. And some of the targeted traffic will be people who want to buy domain names, right? They're going to be domain name customers. So each and every one of us, 1.3 million positions, are going to be getting domain name customers sent to us. So can you imagine how many domain names we as a registrar will be selling just by virtue of the fact of how many founding positions there are currently? Isn't that right, Collins? Mathematically?
That is it. It is mind-blowing when you think about it. You can't sleep. It's
okay,
nightmare.
So let's say targeted traffic gives me 10 domain name customers. So 10 of them buy domain names. Multiplied by 1.3 million of us of founding positions is how much? That's over 10 million to begin with. And that could happen in short order. So I think that, as I said, we could get a nice share of that market cap in the domain name space, I believe. And it's going to be happening. Mind-blowing, people, mind-blowing. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to take it to Marty because Marty is going to bring in the marketing aspect and he's going to blow our minds. I just know it. Come on down, Marty. Wait.
Well,
I'm
here.
there you go. Okay, good.
Yeah, you don't leave me a whole lot of room to mess up, did you? Hey, I didn't have a lot of time to look at it as much as I usually do, but I did. I actually asked Ash a few questions, and he's been listening in on YouTube, and he said the guys are doing good, but there's even more than we think. But what I did find out is that the domain industry, all domains and IP addresses come from what they call ICANN, which is ICANN. It's the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. It's a nonprofit organization. And then they divvy out whoever asks for the domain first goes to a domain registrar, which on passive is going to be O domain, which is unbelievable. Right now, no, they figured by the year 2027, okay, which is only 5 years from now, it's going to go to $1,025 billion in revenue just for domains. And let me tell you something about domains, and that's about 567 million domains. Like Colin said, and everybody was saying, like I bought a domain name for like, oh my gosh, $11 a year. Now, what happens? The domain value increases from SEO. So I bought 30-day fortune. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. I don't know where it's coming from. So I had 30-day fortune. I bought it for 2 years. When the 2 years ended up, the value for it was 3 or 4 times more than what I paid for it the first time because the value went up. There's people out there that actually make a living by buying and selling domain names that they think will be popular, or they add SEO to it where they make it more popular. It's a big, big industry. And the bigger it gets and the more domains, like you said, yes, we're all going to have one domain, but let's say you have a side business where you're going to show some stuff into marketplace, or you take it to e-commerce, you're going to have another domain. You might have one for one part of something you're doing, another one for another part, and all this is going to go back. That's why they're saying the domain industry is going to like blow off the map in the next 5 years. And there's a lot of money. And remember, everybody pays for a domain either yearly, 2 years, or 5 years. I don't know how long they give you. I don't know that you could buy a lifetime domain. You might be able to, but it's a pretty good penny. Most people buy a domain, they pay for 2 years, and they get to keep it. That third year, you're paying the piper. You're going to pay if the domain increased in value, which has to do with how popular it was. It's a win-win for the company. Now, the nice thing is, if the company wins on the value of domains going up, so do we. Because even though we have 1,300,000 domains, there's going to be 1 billion domains by people we don't know. And as their value goes up, and then they buy again. In other words, they pay for 2 years. The 2 years are up, and then it increases 20%. That's 20% times 1 billion other people. It's mind-blowing where this could go. I don't know all the details, but just looking at what I've seen online and what people are doing now, like I had a guy, we had on Passive Nation website and group on Passive Nation. So I said, well, I'm going to go buy that website, that domain. Well, somebody saw that on Passive Nation was getting popular and they bought it. And they wouldn't sell it to me. We tried to trace it down. So I had to buy on passive-nation.com. Now, later on, that guy will sell that and make more money on it, more than what he paid. I didn't realize how this went, but the domains will increase in value. Let's say you get a domain and you're in OnPassive, what you are, and you're getting all this traffic and the SEO ranking rises, your domain name's going to increase in value. So is the other billion people that join OnPassive. They have to renew. When they renew, they're renewing where? In OnPassive. And OnPassive will always give the best deal, even though it goes up in price. So not only more people are going to have domains, the value of domains is going to go up and up and up and up. You have a domain that's very popular, it's got a high ranking, you're not going to give it up, even if it tripled your cost, because you can't afford to get rid of it. That's okay. We do it through OnPassive, but all these other people that come in and finally get a company that will advertise for you, build for you, has all the tools for you, I think you're going to see a lot more domains, not just be bought and gotten rid of. A lot of people buy domains and by 2 years, their business is already folded. OnPassive won't be that way. OnPassive is going to build people's brand because it's going to be around for a lifetime. They're going to get the traffic, which they don't know how to do now. So just picture the value of domains a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's mind-blowing where it could go. Mind-blowing. And we went through all this, and he did listen to the tech guys, and he said they did good, but there's so much more. If he has time, he's going to pop in and try to slam some extra stuff. But he said, this is the right track. This is how big people just take it for granted, right? I'm going to go get a domain. I'm going to go get a domain. But there's brokers out there. There's people that buy domains and sell them for a living. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Huge industry. Huge. And to own registrar, it's another mind-blowing thing. And that's one product again where we go, oh my God, how big can that get? Let's say we own 70% of the market in a year. Come on. It's lights out. Anyway, that's all I got. I didn't have time to really look into it a lot. That's the best I could do.
That was great. You know, that you were mentioning that the extension AI is pretty expensive. Like it's more than the typical .com domain would cost. Could you talk about that?
They start at $125 a domain name. Now, I could be wrong. But I think with the way technology is going, .com is number one, no doubt about it. I think .net might be number two, then .gov, whatever. There's a lot of them. There's whatever you want. But I think .ai is going to be big because I think artificial intelligence is only going to grow, right? People know about it, but do they really know? Well, what do you think they're going to know in a year, or 2 years, or 3 years? So I bought an AI domain. And because of that reason, because of what the gut feeling, it's not very scientific, but go to the news, look at all AI, where we're going. It's going to make, 25 or 30 million jobs. Everybody thinks it's going to take jobs away. It's not. It's going to increase jobs. So that's why I purchased AI. But see, they also, minimum was 125. So somebody sees it also. Because if it was nonsense, they would charge you nothing. .net or .org. I mean, you can get those. I got a domain for $2.99 because it's just a domain nobody wants. It was like .live for that one we did the big event on. But .ai, minimum that I could find, $125, 10 times more than any other domain. Just makes me think that it's going to go up. In fact, I tell you what, when we get into the domain business, I'm going to purchase a lot of domains and hold them. Knowing what I know now. Sound like a pig, don't I? I don't mean it to be nasty. I'm just saying, I think in the long run, people invest in gold. They invest in things that are going to go up in value. And I believe domains are going up in value. Big time. Big time. Anyway, that's all I have.
That very, very interesting. And I love that speculation. And let's see how it pans out. I love it. Any of our tech guys here or Ron want to chime into anything before we take it to our participants?
Len, I just think this is amazing. People don't realize, I don't think, how big this domain thing is, because they're just so used to just going to GoDaddy and paying a few dollars, but they don't realize what they have, especially when it comes on passive. Man, this thing is going to blow everybody out of the water. We just need to realize it, step up to the plate, wait for it to happen, and I think we're all going to be very, very, very happy. What do you think?
What do you think, tech guys? Any other thoughts before we go on to our question and answer period? All righty. Thanks very much for waiting patiently, Judy Oliver and William Delorme. We'll start with Judy Oliver.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I had to write this down because I was afraid I'd forget it all, so forgive me. But I thought Bob said that our domain name determines our ranking. So I wasn't sure about that. Do you want me to give you the other things I was thinking about and he could answer them all at once or one at a time?
I think one at a time better.
Okay. So does our domain name determine our ranking?
I think this might be a question for Marty, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it a tech question?
No, I didn't say that. So maybe it was Vincent about ranking, domain name ranking.
Oh yeah, I think it was Vincent.
I didn't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Vincent? You're muted.
Yeah, I'll do that. Is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I said the domain name also add the credibility to your business. So when you register your domain name, it will also allow you to be, the ranking system on the website. If you don't have a domain name, your business, you cannot have a ranking in the internet site. So once you have your domain name, you register your domain, and then your business can have a visibility and a ranking in the internet world. So is this something you're looking, or do you understand exactly what I mean?
Well,
Answer your question.
Yes, in a way, but what I want to know is it the same with ONPASSIVE or is it different than it would be on just any website? I guess I'm confused.
Okay, because your domain name help your website ranking with SEO perspective. So it's a search engine optimization. So anytime you have your domain name, it help you do that. So ONPASSIVE will be much more even better than other domain name or maybe other domain register company, because our company is embedded with artificial intelligence system. So it will be much more better than the whole traditional company registers domain names.
Good, that's what I thought. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just add to what Vincent have just said for clarification. What he said was true, but we are talking about ONPASSIVE. And remember, our CEO said last time that will be on top. So when you come to the ranking, those who have paid a lot, they will be like at the top, first, second, and ONPASSIVE will be maybe the third level coming down. So you will be right at the top because all our registered name will be organic in the SEO, search engine optimization, because of the way ONPASSIVE is doing its own business. When it comes to the technicality, we cannot explain because only the CEO can give us that detail. But he said we'll be right there because, sometimes when people pay their domain name, as they said, you go cheaper. Sometimes when you go, you look at it down, the pagination, you go down and you click, you can be about 100 below, not because you are not in the internet space, but you don't have that top visibility where someone can just go and search and Google for something in the search engine and then see your business on top. But what we are saying here is ONPASSIVE will give you that visibility at the top. That is the way ONPASSIVE is designed, where everybody will be there. When they search it, they will see what they are looking for and they can grab it and go. So that's what Vincent is saying, that you will be at that top rank because of ONPASSIVE.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my mind, I'm wondering, I've always been network marketing mentality. And so the matrix is something that comes to my mind when I'm wondering how the AI works, how it flows down. In other words, how is it determined where and who the customer lands under? You're all laughing at me.
Maddie can take that.
That's a question that we actually have to look at the programming, the way that it is programmed, how the algorithm goes. We have to look at it, actually see it to answer. That's a question that we don't have the liberty to answer right now.
Yeah, but one thing I will add is, when we come to ONPASSIVE, I understand that most people come from the multi-level marketing
Right.
back, but we are talking about artificial intelligence. Everything is automated.
Mm-hmm.
You come to machine, because when you come to multi-level, what do you have happen? You have to do the job yourself. You have to go and bring A have to go and bring B bring C. But what they are saying, we are talking about the paradigm shift where machine is taking over everything. Machine will do the work. In the algorithm, we don't know, but we said everything as the CEO I've always said, everything, we don't need to know the technicality, but it is hands-free and it will do it. Remember, in IT company, that's what I always tell people, when you look at the products, you look at the value. There are marketing company, they speak, but they don't have the product. They don't have the product. So sometimes when you tell me, like people will say, coming into something, you'll be successful. Mr. A just make $10,000. Come in. My first question as an IT engineer, what are they selling?
Mm-hmm.
Because with the products, and we are talking about, the product that we have, driven by AI, there is no way, there is no chance for any company. Ask yourself, if you were to invite to join Google, would you have said no? You would think about multi-level? No. You are going to an IT company.
Mm-hmm.
If you have asked to go into Microsoft, would you have said no? You said, you will not even think about multi-level. The moment Bill Gates said, come in, you'll be successful. This is ONPASSIVE Mr. Ash Mufareh have created for us. That will be massive, a big player in the internet. When you talk about technology. So you are not even doing, to me, don't even think about it. Just think about the products. Look at the product. We are talking about the market value. We just talk about old domain, bringing billions of dollars. We talk about Academy, and you are a founder in that company. We don't need to even care who or what will happen. We know that billions upon billions, the internet space, is made up of 5.5 billion customers, and we are talking about 8 billion because including dogs and cats will come into ONPASSIVE, and they will be us. We are the top number, the founders at the top level, and everybody is just there floating, bringing everything we have. So to me, I will not even care where they land, but I know if they come 5.5 billion, I'm already in. Because an IT company, they are selling the products. Sometimes when I look at it as an IT engineer working in an IT field, I look at the money the IT company are making and I'm working for them. I say, I wish I'm a founder in this company. I wish I'm a founder because I will not care, because when they put that product out there, people are dying for it. They are not landing under anybody. The CEO are there. Nobody is landing on them, but they come and they are making their money. So this, we are CEO now. We are CEO of a multi-billion-dollar, because as a founder, you are CEO of your own company. We don't have to care
right.
about who.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Collins, don't get me wrong. I totally understand and feel the same way you do and everybody does. I'm totally in this, but I have that kind of mind that I'm curious about how the function itself works. It's just something I do not care and never want to see multi-level network marketing again. But but thank you for that. And one more question, Lynn, I'm sorry. Okay, if we have a brand name, would it be best to use that domain name or the one that ONPASSIVE suggests to us?
Marty, you want to take that?
Yeah, let me answer this. I don't think that ONPASSIVE is going to suggest domains. Here's how it works. This is how it works in GoDaddy. You come in and you look for a domain and you put a name in, whatever you want. And it either tells you if it's available or if it isn't. If it isn't available, usually the domain registrar gives you options that is available. So it might say, you want judyoliver.com. It'll say, well, that's not available, but julieoliver101.com is, or julieoliver.net is. It does that. It gives you options, but it doesn't tell you when you first get there, Julie, here's what we recommend you have. As far as
Okay.
I know, I don't know any domain registrar that does that. I believe that's how it works. You'll go in, you say what you think you want, and it'll tell you if it's available or not. That's all.
Okay. I got it.
Thank,
All right.
thank you. Thank you,
Uh-huh.
Judy, for your 2 questions. We
Yeah.
all learned from it. So we appreciate you very, very much.
Good.
All right. At this time, we would like to recognize the presence of our honorable CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, who is gracing us with his presence. I believe he has some limited time. I don't think he has lots of time to give us. So we're gonna let's hear from him. All right. Thank you for your patience.
All right. Hello,
Aloha.
everyone. Hello. I
Hello.
hope you can hear me fine. Yes.
Yes,
Mr.
we hear
Ash.
you loudly and
Perfect.
clearly.
Well, thank you so much. All right, Lynn, thank you. Thank you, Ron, and everyone, all those who spoke ahead of me. And I appreciate your topic and picking up something of my interest indeed. So you're keeping up the momentum. I do like this session, though the timing might be inconvenient for some of us. However, it is quite essential for educational purposes. So thank you for all those tech pros that we have. We're delighted. Appreciate my master, Marty DeGarmo, for coordinating this and connecting the messages in between. I couldn't help but jumping in. I was trying to listen in between. I heard a few minutes here and there. It is a vast topic. We can never finish it in one session. Domain name, we can build a whole business, a lifetime just around this one item on our arsenal. So don't expect me to cover a lot of details or anything. I probably just have one punchline. I appreciate your questions, Judy. I just heard that when I came in. One side of it, I would like to say not to get carried out with the details and the mechanics so early on. That's not what makes us or what dictates our success. We want to focus on the scope, the big picture, the vision, the outline, the path that we're headed on, and why we chose the domain name to be the very first item. Okay, so we start with CATMO, but even before CATMO, the appetizers, as you see, they're essential. Before you even start with that completion, okay, one essential thing is we chose intentionally. You can go nowhere in the business unless or until you pick that domain name. Okay, so Ron Halbert, you open a business, brick and mortar, okay, anything you open, what's the first question I'm going to ask you? Where is it?
You have a website?
Yeah, where is it? Or
Location.
even if it's not a website, okay?
Right.
Cupcake shop, where is it?
Where are you located?
Okay.
Yep.
Location, all right. And if it's online or if you're doing some digital business, or I'm going to say, oh, how can I find you? How can I follow you? Okay. So that is critical. So it's location, location, location. That's a punchline for the real estate. However, if you see a business that is promising you're going to be your own business distributor or self-employed, okay, just as we see, I agree with you, Judy, to really depart from that concept of MLM and all that. Not that the concept theoretically is bad, but unfortunately, we haven't seen a good model so far. All right. So we purposely chose to fade away from that concept. And if you see a company that is promising you freedom, financial freedom, or to have your own business, yet you only have one domain, you name anyone, okay? No matter how giant is that domain name. And that is the only domain name we use, all of us, and we just get a replicated website. That is a misleading statement. You can never be independent in business unless you have your independent identity, your independent location. All right. So everything is online, everything is digital, and you not to have your own location is just a myth and a misconception and a waste, a big waste of your time and my time and everybody's time, thinking we're going to get somewhere if we are totally in the wrong direction. If I want to open my own business, okay, the only way I would start, whether brick and mortar or the virtual sort of it's all about timing and that physical location. If you have everything hoped for in any business model and you don't have the right location, if you don't have the right timing for it, it's not going to go anywhere. So if I decide to open any business, any type of business, the first critical thing, where do we do it? Now in ONPASSIVE, everything we do is strategic. Whether, why do we do the IT hub? We begin in India. Why do we do the licensing and the identity of the company in America? Why do we do the branding and scaling and the redundancy of future other products from the Middle East and Dubai? Okay, why do everything is about where is your location? So it is location, location, location. You cannot fail. All right. Now, how I know that ONPASSIVE is a very different, unique, genuine company, because it treats your business as truly and truthfully an independent identity and your own digital property. You've got to have that property. You can go nowhere if you don't have your property, your land. If you don't reserve that land online, you go nowhere. So let's go. How many accounts Facebook has? I have to bring up like an identity so we can clarify for illustration reasons. I'm not dashing anybody or bashing or anyone. Just look, 2+ billion accounts. The fact is, it's one location, it's one bucket, it's one domain name, it's one digital property. You have no ownership of that. That's how we trust ONPASSIVE. That's why it's different. It gives you your own space, your own property before we talk. And the value of it, of course, is it on the commission bucket? Of course, anything sold through that ONPASSIVE empire, for allow me to throw this word, okay? Anything thrown in there, it is commissionable. There's a sales where there's a sales, there's a commission. Somebody's going to make that commission. So that's one. But what's good about the compounded value, as we talk about compounded marketing, there is also compounded value in everything we do. In real estate, if you want to have a property, it's also the future of it, the market is, everything is going to affect it. Going to either appreciate or depreciate. If you have a replicated generic website with any other company that gives you your own / blah, 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 okay, if it gives you that, the more people come to it, the more oversaturated it will become. It will decrease the value. The first day is the hottest day, and every day ever after is lower, lower, lower in value. Quite the opposite from ONPASSIVE. Quite the opposite. Okay, you come day one, it's got humble value. See you, and there. Now here's what's going to happen. Sending traffic to that location is going to start compounding that value. There's some sense of market being established and authority on that. And then day two, there is another website is developed. Okay, the content is there are more products. Products are added to it. The product value goes up. It's the only domain name you want to host with, because it's the only time that, aside from the AI aspect, aside from the hands-free, it's all done for you, and the value and the affordability. Aside of all that a whole topic on its own. Aside from all of that, okay, but we also, increase in value on that domain name, linnakamoto.com. Day one, it has one website and let's say 20 products. Okay. Day 300, it has 25 products. Those products have gone higher in value, and so many other domain names every day. Every day, more visitors, more traction on that website. Every day, the value goes up. Every day, the only business I would host my domain name with, not only for the security, that's a different technical thing. I invite you to do that because we also provide SSL, okay, security socket layer, okay? So that comes certified. Every domain name with ONPASSIVE is certified automatically. Number one. The hosting, the security of it. Okay. Number two, it's instantly live. A domain name is sort of like the shell. Okay. Okay. But it's dead if you don't have hosting. Hosting is what brings it up live to the World Wide Web. Instantly, your domain name is live. Before you even scratch your head, it's already live automatically on your own domain. That's also a unique value. Before you start figuring out which host, which package with that host, do I go cloud? Do I go Linux? Do I go Windows? Do I go this? Do I go that? By the time you figure this out, you have aged. Okay, that's traditional, old, outdated business models, not ONPASSIVE. By the time you click go, you're live, World Wide Web, with that identity. It's safe, secure, and live at a speed, cloud, unlimited, with so many products packed on it. And now the value starts compounding every day, it appreciates. So that real estate property, okay, digital real estate property you have, it will automatically increase. It will automatically increase, okay? And the more visitors, the more value, the more traffic to the overall community of us, okay, it will definitely be more attractive and more appealing to them. Now, we can have fun and become more creative. What can we do, and the question would be easier, like what we cannot do, what can't be done. When you are the host, your own data center is just beyond genius. We have to come up with a new word, okay? It's beyond genius is maybe typical, okay? It's beyond genius that you give every individual, your customer, you make them the hero. You give them the domain identity on the spot, immediately, instantly. Instantly, that domain name is live, not blank page coming soon, or a trace, pay setter or whatever. It's live with a rich content, with some valuable information, a lot of data, so many. Your OBLES is going to be there, your OAcademy, your OConnect, your OMail, everything is going to be there on that domain name instantly, in a blink. It never happened. I doubt somebody would even dare to go that hassle, that direction. So we want to focus on the long term, on the vision. Now, how do we do it? What do we choose? All of that. That's the fun part. Okay. So don't like really occupy your brain with the pity things. All right. That's for the fun. Okay, I want your brain to be for the big picture, for the big value that we have, for the big vision that we have. It is beyond genius. So you see genius at this level here? This is way, way, way levels, miles high, okay, beyond genius. Why? Because you have the domain, you give it to your people, they're the heroes, okay? Any customer is a hero. It's hosted as live. So many web pages are on it, on your own linnakamoto.com. Day one, second one, and tomorrow more, and the day after more, and the day after more. Whatever we build and create, it's more on it. And all the social activities, and whether it's with O Bless, whether with Academy, whether with all of that, is compounded. It's compounded. All the ONET activities is compounded. This is, you're like commanding, okay, authority instantly. You come in with Lynn Nakamoto. Nobody knows that individual. Forgive me for using that name, but just assume so. Nobody, or maybe a network of 20 people, okay, know that name relative, but like online, it's like nothing. It's not even a dot. It's invisible on that massive World Wide Web. But when you come in and mesh in, okay, like blend in those many products that are linked to OConnect and ONET and this and that, okay, you are immediately connected. You're coming in with an authority immediately. That's massive value. Now, so why is Beyond Genius? I tell you what, okay, if we stop at the door, the gates of ONPASSIVE, you come in, you get a domain name, it's hosted, you already have a website every day, we can create wealth for millions from that one item. Everlasting, right there if we stop. But what happens after that is that what blows my mind. I wonder who created that concept. Now, must be a genius. So you give that a domain name is live. It's hosted database. We control the database and we control the hosting. We override a different content on it, and you have limitless, okay, tools if you want to create your own with OCreate, if you want to create OMart or OCapture or this or that, whatever you want to create on it is like limitless, okay? Endless products and pages you can create. But what's provided by default by the company is already enormous. Now, you get that instantly, and even if it was a gigantic company, they get faced with the challenge. I have to say this, having a theoretical plan is something, but unless you have practiced what you preach, is something totally different. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is a lot of people have ambitions in business and all of that, and everybody has a plan. Boxer Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. You can dream, you can wish, you can aspire as much as you want, but unless you go to reality, and that punch in the face in business is traffic. You can create whatever you want, but if nobody goes to that website, you are dead alive. This is where the insanity kicks off. Not only is connected with the world instantly, but also we start sending every day. We send people to it. See how action is piled up? And now the fact that you have your own data center, the fact that you control the hosting, okay, we're not restrained by any other peer in any way. The fact that you can monetize this traffic. You see how we become the hunted? Well, we're not ambitious, that's it. We stall now. Okay, 1.3 million domain names. How many of you bought a solo ad with subscribers of 2 or 5 or 10,000 subscribers? We have 1.3 million buyers. That's if we're up to now. So the authority of it, and like if you're able to add that, I don't want to call it AdSense, but your publication, okay, or publishing components. Okay, let's say we're going to advertise. So let's say a publisher come to us and make a deal. All right, they're selling something, an item of any price. Okay, if you promote for us, I don't have 200 subscribers. I don't have 3,000. We have millions, obviously. If you promote, if you drive traffic to our offer, we give you this much. You know what? If it's 2 cents, if it's 2 dimes, you're not doing anything. Just put a banner or something on your websites to be monetized. Whatever happens, it's not your problem. You're not involved in anything. It's just allow or don't allow. You want more money? You want to monetize? Just allow us. And we, if you're with the group that is allowing us to publish advertisement on them, is that a passive, permanent, reliable, residual income or what? Speaking of genius, okay. So let me stop right here before I get yelled at, okay? I just couldn't help that we are up to something is gonna flip the planet upside down, and it's sizzling, all right? So buckle up. It is only gonna get more interesting. The more you know, the more I break it down for you. But make no mistake, if you think this is magical, you are damn right, okay? It is magical. If you think this is a no-brainer, yes, you are right. If you're thinking this is insane, you're right. Whatever you think it is, okay? My thought, it's ONPASSIVE. It just, the only company that it will do it genuinely as I'm doing my own business. I want to build a, I'm not going to spend my life to build a 6-7 figure income. If I want to build an 8-figure, say multiple 7-figure or 9 figures, okay, 8 figures. Okay, if I want to build that type of income, I would be insane not to consider having my domain name. Do you think it's possible? How? How? How could you survive? So if you have any offer that they give you slash so and so, you are nothing but a user. You are nothing but the product of that company. But when you come to us, immediately, you have to give us your trust. You have, or we wouldn't trust you. If you, we're not telling you you're going to promote ONPASSIVE. We're not telling you you have to send so and so for you to qualify to so and so. No, you come in, just say I want to be in. We give you your identity and we start working on your business on your own, multiple 6-figure, 7, 8 figures income on passive air. Immediately, as it's our own business, and we send visitors to it. We don't tell you you have to send all that. So it's insane, I'm telling you. So I don't mind you calling me insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is an insane topic. I love it. We can build it. I'm not gonna have time for the statistics and mechanics and all of that. I just want you to walk away today with all the incredible information. I know I'm going to listen to the entire session, the recorded one, but whatever has been said and will be said after this, I appreciate it. These are intelligent engineers, no joke. I wouldn't suggest, I wouldn't come unless I do have full faith and confidence in what they know, and you can leave it in their hands. But aside from that, my little input here, I just wanted to come in and say, focus on the big picture, on zoom out, okay? Long term is never gonna, like never was a deal like this. That alone, those who understand business, when I see a company doesn't give me a replicated generic website and, you know, they don't ask me to send traffic to it, I will say, you know what? I trust you. If you tell me jump from a cliff, I will do it. Blindly. Because that concept alone, if you know the mechanics of business, only a company that really means your success. Have a good night and have a good weekend too. Yes, Ron, talk to me.
If you would, we have a 10-year-old junior founder that is just dying to say hi to you. Can you talk to him for just a second?
Come on, yeah, but don't put me in trouble. I hope they're not in America or somewhere. Because
Samidha, can you unmute?
They have a guardian, right? Because I don't know if we need to get a permission.
He's from India.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Wow, they're awake. Okay, it's too early now. Okay.
Samidha, Day from India, are you there?
Do you see the person, Ron? You have to ask to unmute.
I don't see him. Oh well, we gave it a shot.
We try again. Okay.
We'll try again. Thank you, Ash.
I'll try not
Appreciate
to die tonight until I hear Samidha.
You're the
Have a good
man,
night.
son. You're the
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.
Well, we tried.
That was a nice surprise to have his presence, and I could hear clearly his enthusiasm and exuberance over this product that's coming up. I mean, it's much bigger than what I thought. When he explained it further, I was like, oh yeah, you know, even Marty, right? Expanded your mind further when you heard Ash Mufareh speak. What about you, tech guys? Any comments from you?
Seriously, it's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
It's massive, you know, and we've always said, oh, domain is massive. And Ash just said that again, that without domain, you can have the best website. We said it. You can have all the products, but without domain, everything is useless. So it is massive if you think about domain. There is no way you can have every product in this way and you want to be in the internet space without having a domain. Nobody will see you. There's no visibility. And that's what we've been saying here, that it is one of our massive products that will generate. We are not talking about the income that will come, but looking at the technology behind, driven by AI, all automated and everything, is just crazy. Ash, I've just said it tonight. So I want to thank Ash for the other tech guys that have anything to say.
Okay.
And you
So,
know,
yeah, go, Martin.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I like the fact that he let us focus on location, emphasizing on the independence of us, each and every one of us as founders, calling it our own unique digital property. So it's actually really distinguishing us, each and every person, each and every founder. That's something very unique that I picked out from this conversation.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, maybe I can say also a few words. So I'll say with our CEO, what he said, Gas. You also answer Judy. I think Judy Oliver asked a question earlier today about the ranking with SEO perspective. So I think this is also comment today. Answer Judy question, because if we help your site ranking with this SEO issues, and also you also make you the visibility of your company over the internet. So if you don't have a domain, no one will see your company. So this is a thing that our CEO mentioned a few minutes ago, to highlight people that the domain is such very important for a professional company to move on or to have a good presence in the internet world. Thank you, Antolin.
Thank you. Thank you. Oliver?
Yes, this is mind-blowing. We've been saying this, and your domain, you own it. It's your business with more than 5,200 products running on it, independent products. He just said it again, that the 1.3 or plus of us, we own our own domain and our own business with targeted traffic running on that domain. This is what we just said here, and he just blew our mind again. And I want to say thank you. And in fact, I'm speechless now. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Have we all got a chance to express our opinions? I think so. Marty, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just saying, when he brought up that on top of all that, we're going to make commissions off of domain sales. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then every year when they renew, you're going to make a commission off of that. And did you really listen to what he said? Big companies come in, Nike, for example, and they want to run an ad. They ask everybody, the company asks everybody, do you want a small ad on one of your 500 websites, however many we have, to advertise Nike? You have to do nothing because we're the ones driving the traffic and we'll share the revenue with you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That's where Facebook and all these companies get their money. Except with us, he's giving it back. It is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. Anybody on the fence? Don't come over. You don't deserve it. Get the heck back over where you came from. If you don't see this, it's time to just stay where you're at. Uh-oh, William's going to give me a hard time again. Anyway, that's but seriously, this is amazing what we have. I mean, he was listening. He said, there's much more, And I asked him, well, we're getting paid commissions on it. He goes, yeah, I'm coming on. So that's why he brought that up, because it's everything you think about. And remember, anytime a new product comes out, let's say one day we have half a billion people, 500 million customers. New product comes out and they buy it. 250,000 people pay for it. We all get commission. It's mind-blowing. And we did no more. We didn't do anything more. We might be sleeping. We might be driving in the car. Seriously, this is unscalable thinking. I don't think you can think what this can do. I don't know how you would explain it, because every time he adds more, because every item we bring up, the OTech guys or all of us bring up, every item we bring up is unlimited. That means the money coming in is unlimited too. It's amazing. That's all I got.
And then he talked about digital property. I think it's, because I'm not really an online type of person, so I had to conceptualize what that means. So we have a digital presence just by this domain that we have. And without the domain, we have nothing. It's as if we have no ground to stand on, I guess it would be. You have to have ground to stand on, or a house to live in, I guess, maybe. I'm trying to think of an analogy for that. Without that, you have nothing. So this is why the domain name is so significant to each and every one of us. And again, the revenue potential as a registrar is humongous, humongous. So we're not only talking personal benefit in terms of savings and all of that, and security and all of the other quality features of what we offer, but also that revenue source for everyone. So it's big, humongous. And if we think about it, this O-domain is just one product, and the registry is just another source of income. Just like the data center, it is a product and a service. I would say it could be a service as well, but it is also bringing us in additional revenue, revenue for the company. It's pretty mind-boggling when you look at the enormity of it all. It's huge. Yeah, blows my mind. All right. At this time, shall we go ahead and take some questions from our participants? Ron will moderate that, please, if you don't mind, Ron. You're muted. Please unmute.
I can't do that if I'm muted. I just figured that out. William DeLauren, come on down. Are you still awake, William? Hello, William. Are you there? Unmute. That's why you should wear sunglasses at night.
Well, I have to wear them. It's a correction for my eyes.
Okay, you're allowed.
It's pinholes. Hello, Marty. Hello, Lynn. So my question is, we see the email in the back office. It's .ai. And I was listening to Marty that he bought a domain with .ai. So are our domains, I guess, will be an option to buy .ai? Am I correct in that? And what is the function? Would that be a better location for us and so on, more options, better than .com or .org or .net? I would like to know those answers.
Marty?
Can somebody answer me?
Want to take that,
Yeah,
Marty?
well, I mean, domain.com, .net, .ai. I don't care what one you have.
There you go again, Marty.
On passive is going to make any one you have popular. Any one of them. Now, outside of OnPassive, if you're doing it on your own, the most popular is .com. I
Yes.
used AI because I think AI will be bigger in years to come. That's the only reason I picked it.
Well, why I asked that question is maybe .ai is better for location and has more functions for.
No. They're the same. .net, .ai, they're all the same as far as distance and all. It's just a different name. When he says location, a domain's a location on the internet. It's like your address. So you have William DeLone or marshmallow.com, right? I mean, that's your domain. That's your area. So when people look you up, they go to William Domain and they bring to your website. That's all. It's just a location online in the internet.
So
You can have any.
there is no difference between .com and .org and .net and
just the name. Now, popularity-wise, .com is number one.
So
right now.
.ai has no popularity right now.
It's not as popular as .com. No. No way. .com is number one.
But we can have that in our domain if we want.
Yeah. Whatever you want to pick. If it's available.
Yeah.
Like if that domain is taken, it means taken in the world, okay, from ICANN. They run it all. So no matter how many registrars there are, like GoDaddy, ODomain, which we will be, or one of the other ones, there's still only one of each. So if you pick one and it's already being used, it'll offer you other ones that are something like what you want, or you have a plan B and pick a different one.
Oh, that's a good answer, Marty. Thank you.
Yeah.
All righty, William, thank you. Violet Ryan, come on down.
There we go.
There you go.
Now I can ask you questions.
Oops. We lost you there. Go ahead, Violet.
Somebody muted me.
Yeah, big finger for sorry.
Too many. Yeah. Now I have a domain. I had a company that I had a domain name for, and I don't want to say it out loud because, okay, no question. Can we reserve our domain name with ONPASSIVE yet?
I don't believe
Like-
so. Marty?
No. But you could buy a domain name now from GoDaddy and then transfer it over to O domain later.
Because I looked and it is expensive now.
Well, the value of it will be the same no matter where you go.
Okay, I have to think about this. But you guys are amazing. The fact that you know all this and understand it and are able to tell us about it, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that you guys are so generous and have the time to come online and deal with dingbats like myself. My son is always saying, "Oh, Mom, why don't you learn this?" It's like, I'm learning. Anyway, thank you very much. I will have to think about that. God bless. Good night. Good day. Whatever.
You're welcome, Violet. We thank you for attending. And Lynn Nakamoto is the rock behind this. I'll tell you, she has been awesome. Couldn't ask for a better person to be a co-host because she just steps up and does what's needed. So I'd like everybody to give her applause.
Oh, it's okay. I do it for love. I love it. Thank you. And Violet, I wanted to say to Violet that it's okay if you or anyone here doesn't understand it all. We don't expect you to. Even I don't understand it all. I'm totally a lay person. But it's nice that you have an open mind and a motivation to want to learn. Whatever you can learn makes you a better person. So whatever you can pick up is great, and whatever is, above our head, no problem. It's okay. Just enjoy the learning process. Thanks, Violet.
That's it. All righty, Miriam.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, mine is pretty much what Violet's was about the domain. Okay, I had two names with GoDaddy, and I had it for 5 years. And don't ask me why, but I let my most important one go. I was holding on to it for this business, and I let it go, and I wish I didn't. So now here I am thinking, I don't think that they're going to let you have a domain there and then transfer it over to here, because the domain belongs to them, because you got it from them. So I think you're going to have to pay a pretty good price to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost here. I was going to ask a question about domain, and that's.
I have transferred several to different businesses from GoDaddy.
You have?
Yeah. Once you pay that money for that domain, okay, you can do what you want with it.
You mean once you pay for it, that you own it?
Now, what I do is, you correct me if I'm wrong, Marty, but like mine, ronholbert.com, okay, I have that forwarded to my ONPASSIVE website. So I think I'll still pay the $2.99 or whatever it is for GoDaddy to be able to do that. So you can get a very, cheap, if you want to say, website domain and transfer it if you want right now. Are you sure your other one's gone? Have you searched it?
Somebody contacted me because it turned out that the one I had that I came up with seemed to have been very popular and I didn't know it. Somebody contacted me through my email and said that they wanted to buy my my domain. They wanted to buy it from me. And I'm like, no, it's mine. I mean, I had a picture of India and everybody around the table from all the different countries all around the world. I had everything set up. And I don't know how these people found me, but they found me. And I said no. And I don't know what happened, but it just.
I would go on. Is from GoDaddy?
Yeah.
I would go on GoDaddy and put it in and see if it's used. It
Yeah,
might be it might be just dormant.
Yeah, if it's dormant, I need to get that back because that
Yep.
one's going to be worth a lot of money.
Definitely. I would check. That's the only way you're going to find out for sure.
Now, keep in mind, if it was due for a renewal and it's
Correct.
not automatic and you didn't pay, they can sell it to somebody else.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah,
and
but
remember,
see,
everybody's domain can be forwarded to wherever you want.
Right.
Like I have domain names and I forward it to my websites.
Okay.
That's different than hosting. Like if I want to move my domains from GoDaddy to ODomain, you could change the host and put it over into ODomain.
Okay.
Right now, you can put the website on there, but that doesn't mean it's being hosted by ODomain. It's being hosted by GoDaddy. That's just forwarding a website. So
right.
You go on the back, you forward it here, you forward it there. You can do it anywhere you want. But owning, you can move the whole hosting over to ODomain later on if you buy one. But if you didn't pay for the renewal, anybody could own it right now. It's up for grabs. The day you don't pay it, it can be anybody's.
Okay.
If you punch in your website in the browser, and if you punch in your domain, the one you owned, and your website doesn't come up, but somebody else's does, that means they purchased it. They can't steal it. They can't steal it from you, but they can buy it if you let the renewal. If you don't renew it.
It seemed to be pretty popular, and I didn't know it. I had no idea when I picked it out. I had no idea because I came up with it on my own. I mean, I didn't read it.
Oh yeah, that's what most people do. Go on GoDaddy and look, and it'll say My Products. Click on My Products, and it'll show you every domain you own.
I did. It's not there.
Well, then somebody bought it, or it elapsed and you didn't pay for it.
Right.
Okay.
It could still be available. Just you didn't renew it.
I'll check. All right.
Yeah,
thanks,
it could
guys.
be available. Just put it back in and say, I want this domain, and it'll say it's available, or it'll say it's not, which means somebody owns it. You know, so
because it's perfect for ONPASSIVE. I mean, it's perfect. It is. It's perfect. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Marion. Thank you. Jane Helms.
There, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Miriam, I feel your pain. That's not a good feeling. I do have a question, and let me say, all this is so exciting. I think like several weeks ago, Ash had mentioned, it's like, if you think you understand something, it's like so much bigger than what we even can understand. I mean, it is just ballooned forth. I mean, it's like this one little pebble or one little piece of sand has become a whole beach of sand. It's just amazing. And if nobody's excited, I mean, you know, you need to check your pulse. This is crazy. It's like, wow. But I do have a question that's a little bit off of the subject right now, and I apologize for that. But something came up from some people that I know that are in ONPASSIVE, and our understandings weren't all the same. So I wanted to clarify just one little thing. In the back office, when we sign up, like if some people just wanted OMail and OTRIM and didn't sign up for some of the other things like OStaff, they may not need OStaff. Is it okay not to sign up for those? Like I said, our understandings were very different. So I wanted to clarify this one little issue here. So I don't know if that question is clear, but can we sign up later if we needed some of the other items and products later? Is it going to be okay to wait to sign up for them?
You don't have to sign up to anything. I didn't sign up to OStaff. I may never use it, so I didn't sign up for it.
Okay, that was my understanding, but so I mean, the other person was saying that we needed to sign up for everything now, so we don't have to do that. Is that correct?
You
That's
don't,
what
you,
just
don't,
said.
you don't have to do it, no.
Okay, okay. I just want, thank you so much for letting me get off the
You're
subject
welcome.
enough to clarify that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All righty. Thank you, Jane. Okie dokie. Look at the Mr. Hollywood here. You look 20 years younger, Bruce G. Bruce G, come on down.
Well, thank you very much, Ron. And it's great to see you.
Thank you.
I'll try to talk. I have like these ulcers in my mouth. It's hard. First of all, I want to thank you and Lynn for putting on a great show here. And I want to thank our tech wizards for everything that they do. Marty, you had talked about the value of a website building up. For some apparent reason, I let go one I had for 20 years. And when I looked at it, somebody got it, and now they want $10,000 for it. So I guess the question, it's got me spinning so much, I almost forgot every question I had because he went somewhere else again. He's amazing. But when it comes to websites, would we have AI in all our websites, regardless of what they may be? We'll all get traffic, right? Because of AI, we're all going to get traffic, we're guaranteed traffic. So it's not like you have to really think of a specific name unless you have a specific product other than what we all have. We have the product called ONPASSIVE, which we have 50 websites, and we'll have a lot more, 50 products, we'll have a lot more. But does it really matter for people to really think hard and think what their website is going to be named? Marty, could you hear me clearly enough?
That to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bruce. I didn't understand what you said.
Okay. When it comes to the main sites, does it, because we're all going to enforce traffic to our sites, does it matter what the name is as long as it's simple? Like whether it's Vincent.com or RonHubert.com, it doesn't matter what the name is.
I'm not sure what you said. Somebody's got to tell me. I heard something about .com, but that's it.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'll try to say this clearly and louder, okay? Everybody is getting targeted traffic to their website.
Yes.
Does it matter what the name is if you have targeted traffic? Because it's all happening through artificial intelligence. We're not attracting people to our site by ourselves.
Okay, I think I got it, Bruce. So the name of the domain doesn't matter as much in OnPassive because the traffic's being delivered to us. They're coming anyway. Where it matters is if you pick a domain name that's easy to remember, something small, something short, where if somebody leaves or comes back, well, I remember it's BJ blank, BJ.com, or something that people remember. A lot of people have these huge domains. The smaller, the better, and something that's catchy if you can think of it that people would remember easily. It is important, but less important with OnPassive because OnPassive is making sure people are coming to you anyway. Where another domain, if you weren't non-passive, you'd have to drive the traffic. That's a little more difficult. But I would, either way, I would pick a domain name that's catchy and short as possible.
Now, can we use OnPassive in the name? Like if we wanted to use OnPassive for part of our name, could you use that?
You mean OnPassive something.com?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the same as using your name in a business card?
I don't think so. I don't think you want to put the word OnPassive in there. For one thing, you want to brand you, so you don't need to put OnPassive. OnPassive will be made by OnPassive. Everything's going to come from OnPassive anyway, but you want to brand you. OnPassive is going to have plenty of branding time. Everybody's going to know what OnPassive is. I would not put them in my domain name.
Right. I didn't think so because usually it's not wise to use it, even with all network marketing. You wouldn't use the name of a company because you want to be differentiated from them. Wants to be differentiated, right?
No, exactly right. You want to be different. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Oh, by the way, I finally got a YouTuber. So I want everyone to come to my YouTube and subscribe. And
That's good, Bruce. Thank you.
Thank you
much. Anything else, buddy? That's it?
I think that's it. I want to say I appreciate you, Marty, for everything you do everywhere. And Lynn, too. Lynn, you're our heroine.
Thank you, Bruce. We appreciate you too. Trust me.
We love you.
All righty. Is Jim Bell the same as James Bell? Jim, go ahead.
Hey. All right. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Interesting. Very interesting topic. Nice show tonight, by the way, you guys.
Thank you.
And Marty, thank you for everything you've been saying because you guys have touched on a topic that I've been watching for the last 15 or 20 years, ever since the .com boom came to fruition. And I had a chance to talk to somebody who's in the .com business, and he was very influential. And just as Marty had explained to Bruce, the importance of the name, and this also reflects to what Ash is saying, location, 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 because the name can also reflect location. For example, Dell.com. Everybody knows what Dell is, but we know what the location is right off the bat with that name. So the importance of the name is huge, like Apple.com, Microsoft.com, Google.com, like Facebook. For example, if you think about how Facebook was born, those guys were in college and they were creating the website. They didn't know what to call it, but they knew they wanted everybody's face. That was in the yearbook. So therefore, Facebook. I just took out year. So the importance of a name is important. Like if you've got a huge name, and this is one thing he said, like Marty reflected on that. If you've got a long name, you're not going to remember it. You're not. It's got to be memorable. Something that's going to be critiqued to clarity. It's just down to remembering it. Like James R. Bell. Like if I were to use that as a .com, I'm sure people can remember that name, right? So I'm not sure, but it's possible. But yes, the name is important. It is important. So when you're creating a .com name, it's very important to think about how you want to brand yourself with that name. I already have, and the other thing that Marty was talked about was .com is number one. That's correct. Number two is .net. And even though .net is starting to falter a little bit, but as Marty reflected, if you think about it, even the last part of the name, .com. Yeah, everybody remembers that, .com. It's synonymous. .net. Well, now we're going to have .ai. And as artificial intelligence grows, and if you see an AI behind anything, everybody's going to think artificial intelligence. They're going to go check it out because everybody knows artificial intelligence is coming. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. The name is very important. So think about that when you're creating a name. That's all I wanted to say there, Ron. Thanks, Len.
Hey, thanks for sharing that, Jim. We appreciate it. Look who is here. P&G in the house. Miss Mary, go ahead. Unmute, darling. There you go.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. To Lynn Nakamoto, Ron Albert, nice to see you back again.
Thank you.
Marty Digamo, all the tech team members, and everyone on the panel. And a special welcome to Sumedia. Okay, now, firstly, I'd like to thank each and every one of the speakers. And Jim Bell, you brought a little bit more clarity to what I was thinking. Thank you. And thank you again to the tech teams for your time and effort and for your presence on our programs. I just love the domain housing, the products of ONPASSIVE, each one of them. And correct me if I'm wrong, they'll be done automatically. So like ONPASSIVE has always said, everything will be done for us. And I really, really love that and appreciate it. So that's just a comment I wanted to make, and thank each of you, the speakers again, and all our love from Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Glad to see you here. Mr. Charles Martin, come on down. Charles, are you there? Charles? Okay, we'll come back to him. Samidha has her hands up. What I need, Samidha, is I need your parents to be with you on the screen. Okay, and I need you to stay on topic of domains. So if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, your parents are with you.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So when you called me because of network problem, I cannot get the unmute option.
Are your parents with you? I want to make sure your parents are with you, Samira. Have your parents come on. Have your parents come on, please.
Yes, sir. They are with me.
Can you turn your
speak
video
to
on,
us.
please?
My father and mother is with me, but my mother is working, so my father can come.
I didn't understand.
Wait, sir. My father is coming.
Okay, we need to turn your camera on, please. All right. Now we needed your parents with you, please.
Yes, means I get so much angry because I get so much.
Hold on. Sumeda, can you bring your dad or your mom on camera, please? Dad or mom? Hi. And can you give us your name, Dad? Hi, what's your name?
My daughter is Sumeda.
And what was your name? It got cut out. Please say your name again.
My name is Babulal Dey.
All right. All right. We're just asking that you stay on the screen with your daughter because she's a minor. She's not an adult. So we want to make sure she's on screen with you. Thank you. Go ahead, Sumeda.
Yes. So he's my father and my mother is working. So after a while she can give she can give because she is not prepared now and she cannot speak in English. She understands English but cannot speak in English. So that's why she is also very shy people. So that's why she can come and she's working also.
Okay, go ahead and say what you want to say.
First, I have to say sorry again because I cannot talk to Mr. Asher because of network problem. When you unmute me, I cannot get the option because of the network connection. Because the network connection is so bad, or I don't know why I cannot get the unmute option. So very sorry for that. Very sorry for that. And but I am so glad because today webinar is fire. Today is very good and I especially give more updates about ONPASSIVE and co-founders. And today he tell and the previous meeting he tell that for each proper dress code and proper background shoot. When proper background and proper dress code will be there in the meeting when you are opening your camera. So, but I think I don't have a proper dress code. I think because I'm now home. I'm still now home. So and I'm sleeping also because yesterday I sleep so late, so that's why I am sleeping also now. I wake up when you call my name. I wake up and I don't see I see the screen, but there is no unmuted option for me.
Okay, we understand that. Yeah, you already said that. We understand that. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your heart and your thoughts with us. Thank you, Sumeda.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now we have, what do we have? Paul, USA. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to be here. Thanks for everyone for giving their presentation. I missed the first part of today's webinar, and I know it's going to be posted in the back office, correct?
I hope so.
I don't know if there's a way that we could find past seminars pretty easily. no one has come up with a system where that could be done rather easily yet?
Yes, it's in the, if you go to your back office, it would be under recorded webinars. Now you might have to scroll down quite a ways because there's a lot of webinars.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
No one has a easier system of finding past webinars. Not yet.
Yes, it's a work in progress. I believe there's going to be in the future, they're going to have a calendar set up where you will be able to select webinars by date. So let's say you knew the webinar was maybe last week, Wednesday. You could go to last week, Wednesday, click on it, and you would see the webinars on that date. So the system is being worked on. Remember that we are in beta and things are getting better. You know, remember we are in pre-launch, Paul, and it will get better. So right now we're just realizing we do have to scroll down to find webinar recordings, but it's a temporary thing. Thanks.
You can also go on, Paul. There's also many YouTube channels that we stream on, just about many webinars, and they're all recorded. You can go to Marty's, Red's, Lynn's, Julie's, lots of YouTubes that all have these recordings. Just go to their YouTubes. You could probably private message Lynn and she can give you a list of YouTubes and you can see them all there too.
Yeah, again, that's you get. Yeah, then that's also going to involve a lot of searching. So it's fine. I'm just thinking, I like, find something pretty quickly when I'm looking for it. But
eventually it'll be easy to do. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, just be patient.
Great, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Then you want to take it back?
Sure. We have June Buckingham. How are you, June? Come on down.
Did I get unmuted? I did. My mic is moving. Hey,
all right.
everyone.
Hello.
This is a great information, and I'm familiar with some of it because back in the day we had we hosted sites and stuff. So what my question is, I remember back in the day, it's really weird saying that, but back in the day on one of the webinars, I remember them mentioning that say if you have a company that is in New Jersey and you're repairing roofs, this is your company, you're repairing roofs, and they want to come into ONPASSIVE. Now, is ONPASSIVE going to host them as well? And will they be advertising in their neck of the woods, not all over the world? Do we know the answer to that?
I think Marty might be able to take that one, please.
You can put any business, as long as it's legit, into e-commerce or the marketplace, and when you put it in there, you will state, where you're at, and some people don't ship, and if it's just in a certain state, you say that so that people come on, and maybe they're going to that state or they live in that state, which someday there'll be thousands. You can advertise in there, yeah, no problem.
Okay, I was just wondering, because there is a gentleman that I've been talking to, and he does run a business in Jersey, repairing roofs, and I just wanted to clarify this so I can confirm with him.
Yep, no doubt.
Okay, great. Thank you much. That's all I needed to know.
June. All right, our last person on our list here is Jim Bell. Jim Bell's back here with us. Hi, Jim, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to answer on Bruce's question there. Going back quite a few webinars ago, when Ash first started talking about domains, he said we were not allowed to use the word ONPASSIVE in any of our domain names. Just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, that's helpful. Glad you have that memory, pretty good memory. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Right. Oh, we've got John Barilla.
Yes.
Hi, John. Hi, John.
Hi. I was trying to be proper and raise my hand. I was going to answer some earlier questions. Chris beat me to one, and then Marty also just beat me to another answer. But I kept raising my hand and putting it down. I go, right. Anyhow, just to go back to the gentleman that said that's a lot of searching to try to go find this on YouTube. Well, it's not really a lot of searching. You can find any of our webinars that do get streamed on YouTube if you are subscribed to that channel. In fact, any of the, like Lynn Nakamoto's channel, whatever, once we do this on YouTube, they can just go back, and you can go on YouTube and you have like subscriptions. And if you hit that subscriptions on YouTube, it brings up everything that you're subscribed to. And it's very easy to see the meetings, everything. It's not a lot of searching. It's not that difficult. I do it all the time because I have many YouTube channels open. And then later on, I do a thing where I look out for bad guys on the chats. I've been doing it all tonight again. But I know where I need to go just by going to YouTube, going to my subscriptions, looking at the different websites of our folks that I'm subscribed to. And it's easy to find anything, whether it's a webinar or something that I have laryngitis, excuse me, I'm losing it. But it's not that hard to find it is all I'm trying to say. So that's it. That's all I wanted to bring up.
Exactly right, John. And keep in mind, Friday Night Live has been going on for months. Newsflash, it's on Friday. I mean, it's not that hard to find. Friday Night Live, every Friday night, live. Put those together. You could be here every Friday night. You don't even have to write it down. After Thursday and before Saturday, Friday Night Live. So there's not a whole lot of search in there. Say it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't understand people saying, I don't know, I just need it more convenient. I don't know how you get it more convenient than Friday Night Live. Now, if they change their name to Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and so on live, yeah, that could get confusing. But how long you been on Friday Night Live? For months? A year? I don't know. Yeah, come on.
All righty. Well, okay, I see that Francis Tay slipped in as with his hands up. So we'll have Francis Tay be our absolute last speaker or questioner. Go ahead, Francis.
I just want to find out, it's one thing to know the importance of the domain name. Can the tech guy give us some highlight about how to choose a domain name?
Or actually, it might be more of a marketing question, I think, that Marty would want to answer, I believe.
Thank you.
Certainly.
And the question was what now? I'm sorry, I was in the middle of doing something. What did he say, Len?
How to choose a domain name.
Everybody's got different methods on how to do it. Come up with a catchy name. You're doing it for ONPASSIVE. You're doing it with digital products. You're doing it with AI. You have your name. You can add all that together and make something.com. Use your imagination. There's no real law to it, other than you want to keep it short and something catchy. So, in fact, if you go to Google and write in how to come up with a domain name, it'll give you many, many suggestions. But I just go by what I'm involved in, what site am I showing, what's the site about, and then I try to create a name. I come up with like 2 or 3 names in case one's not available. But that's the easiest way to do it. But you can Google it, it will help you out.
Yeah.
Is that sufficient, Francis? Did we answer your question, Francis?
Thank you, Marty. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. So we're going to end our question and answer period Mr. Shrinash, you're welcome to come to the next one. We did say last call about 5 minutes ago, so we'll be taking any more questions at this time. We want to wrap up. I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to tell you on what's coming up tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have the OTech Pros webinar, and the topic is domains and the domain name registrar. At 12:30 p.m. tomorrow will be the Kenya webinar with the same topic. We'll have our OTech Pros participate and speak. And then at 2 p.m. we have the weekly Julianne Milo show. So come and join us for her webinar, always a great webinar.
Lynn,
And then
thank you, Lynn. May I cut in really quick? Tomorrow, the Julianne Milo show is canceled. Charles Osong has a live event from Cameroon 30 minutes prior to the Julianne Milo show. Therefore, the Julianne Milo show is canceled tomorrow, but will be resumed next week. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Thank you. So Charles Osong has an event at 1:30 then, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So I'm sure that's posted in the back office. Thank you very much, Julie. We look forward to your resumption of the Julianne Milo show next Saturday.
Thank you, Lynn.
And you're quite welcome. And then at midnight will be the usual Papua New Guinea webinar. And I think the topic may be the same, domains. We'll find out from Marty shortly, right? We're still firming that up, Marty, for Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, let me talk with David and see what he wants.
Okay, so but regardless if it's a topic or not, Papua New Guinea webinar is excellent. I've been attending it for, I think, over a year now. I don't know, I lost track of time, but I always get value out of that webinar. So I recommend that you go. And also on Sunday, we have the Heroes webinar at 1:30 p.m. So come and join us for that. The topic is going to be O Domain and taught by our faithful OTech Pros team as well. And today I want to say thank you to everyone. I want to thank my co-host, Ron Hulbert, who did a lovely job of moderating. Thank you so much. I want to thank the OTech Pros who came prepared. You know, we do meet a couple times before the webinar to firm up what we're going to speak about. So they do work hard in presenting good content to you. And I want to thank Marty DeGarmo, who always opens up our webinar for us. Thank you to Julie Nguyen, who helps us on the back end. Thank you to Chris Johnson, who is also helping behind the scenes and usually posts our webinar in the back office for us. Thank you to Bill Must, who provides the Zoom background. You see it behind me. We love it, and it brands us. We appreciate Bill Must very much. Thank you to Jeffrey Morlock, who provides our promotional graphics every week. We appreciate him a lot. And most of all, who do I always thank at the end? You, our attendees, because we value you and we love you all, and we love how loyal and faithful you are in being here every week. Know that this webinar was live streamed, so if you want to view it again, just go to one of the 20+ YouTube channels and you can review it if you like and share it with others. Thank you so much.
I have one announcement that I completely forgot, Lynn. So sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Here in California on Sunday, this coming Sunday, May 22nd, we are getting together in multi-location in California, and our Zoom is set up for 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you are available, it's Sunday night, I understand, but if you like to relax and kind of watch what is going on, that we're putting together an event in multi-locations in California. So if you, we would love for you to come and join us as well. So it's 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. I will be putting the link in the back office later on. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Very good. Thank you, Julie. You know, we always support in-person events, and Julie has been one of the original ones who pushed us to meet in person. And it's one of the reasons why we met in Florida, because of Julie. She inspired us to meet. And I think she's inspired many, many others to do the same. So we thank you for showing us the way and for the heart you have for all of us. We appreciate you, Julie.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome. And I also want to thank John Barilla because, you know, he helps us a lot. That chat box over there, we need help. And I am not one that is really good at multitasking. And for some reason, I can never focus on the chat. And that's an essential part of a webinar. So we appreciate John, who just does it on his own. He takes the initiative to do it. And we love you and appreciate you for that. Thank you so much, John. Wait, let me unmute you so you can respond. I didn't mean for you to be muted. Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We appreciate you. So at this time, what I'm going to do is unmute everyone, and then you all say bye to each other, and don't forget to come back next Friday. We'll have another topic, and this topic is suggested by Ash Mufareh, and we're going to honor his suggestions, and we're going to cover what he wants to cover. So come back, we'll tell you what it is as we get closer to that day, all right? Thank you, everybody, for being here, and let's all unmute and say bye-bye to each other. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good evening, everybody.
Win to win it.
Bye, everyone.
Peace all.
Hey, Miriam.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Night, night.
Saturday.
Bye. Bye.
Good night.
Oh, tomorrow.
Richard.
Good night.
Good night. Bye
Goodbye.
bye. Good night, guys.
Hey, Francisca. Feels like $1 million in U.S. funds.
We love you all. We love
Bye
you
now.
all.
Miriam, looks like $1 million in U.S. funds.
It's spotted light. Oh, Marty spotlight.
Lynn, you look fantastic.
Bye.
Hollywood.
Here's that spotlight.
I am a little all seven.
Oh, Armand.
Hey, John. See you later.
Is that spotlighting or pinning?
That's spotlighting.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I should start doing more spotlighting.
Hi, Julie, everyone. Good night.
See you later.
Wow.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Night, Lynn and Ron. Thanks.
Hey, Gary. Good morning. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Good night.
Went 3 hours. Thank you for being here for 3 hours.
wow,
We
that
love
was
you and
great.
appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank you for staying with us. I know. Take care, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God bless.